What is up, everybody? Just do a simple little video of me drawing my little babies as humans, because why not? I saw a bite-sized sponge do it, and I wanted to do it because I have 4 cats, technically 3 cats. Technically, we're about to have a whole lot more cats. And also a little story time on how on just each cat itself, because each cat has a little story that comes along with it. I'll be drawing on this piece of paper. So the first one that I'm going to start out with will be my cat, Boo Boo. She's technically she's a tuxedo cat because she's all black and has a white belly. But yeah, right now she has a cold, so I'm not gonna bother her. And this is gonna be a form of a speed paint video, just to put that out there. So, yay!
Hey you guys, it's voiceover me, and I'm gonna be sharing each cat's little story and the basically background of their design. So yeah. Anyways, I wanted to give Boo Boo a really bratty kind of vibe to her, because that's what she is. She's really bratty. Boo Boo's story isn't pretty long, so I'm gonna get over that pretty fast. Basically, my mom works at a Walmart, and at this Walmart there's basically a lot of cats, and she saw that a black cat had given birth, and she took the opportunity to take Boo Boo after having fed the group. So she came home and she had Boo Boo in this little gift basket, and she was gonna give it to my boyfriend, but my boyfriend turned it down because, well, he had already promised someone that he would take another cat, which he didn't end up getting because his friend just didn't have the time to give it to him, I guess. I don't know. It's his problem. But anyways, we went to the vet with Boo Boo, and we had thought she had worms because she had a pretty big belly. And at first they didn't want to help us. They were like, she's too small, and we were like, oh no, but we think she has worms. And so after we said that we think she has worms, they took her, gave her a dewormer, and that was it. They did tell us that Boo Boo might have been a boy, but I knew my stuff. I knew Boo Boo was a girl, and I was right, she was a girl. And after a good couple days, she woke up because she was very sleepy all the time. She was like wobbling around. Her eye looked infected. Well, not infected, but it did look like it had something. So I gave her medicine, and after that she kind of woke up. And at this time we had 2 other cats, which is Lo and Nugget, and she attached herself to Nugget. We took her a bath, and the first thing she did was to go cuddle up with Nugget, but Nugget didn't know who she was, so he was hissy. But eventually he let in, and they cuddled and everything. That was her 6th stage. Now, her being alive stage is completely different because she's like a little monster. She's a gremlin. She's a thing from hell, okay? Boo Boo is that thing that you're afraid of at night. The boogeyman, okay? Well, for Nugget at least, because this man goes to sleep and the first thing she wants to do is attack him. And it's just very funny how they play. We say that this man is getting abused by his girlfriend because, well, he would complain and complain and complain. You just hear him meowing, screeching when they're playing. But he plays back, so don't think that it's like he's being serious. He does play back, he bites back and everything. It's just super, super funny. But anyways, onto the drawing. Boo has black hair, like pitch black hair with an undertone of brown. And I don't like drawing with pitch black. I don't like coloring in with pitch black. I don't see my lines. I just hate it. It always turns out wonky for me. So I decided to give her kind of grayish hair with the undertone of brown. So that's what you guys will see here. But anyways, I'll be talking about Nugget in a couple minutes. Couple minutes? That was pretty fast. But anyways, this is my cat Nugget. He is the only boy, and I would say Boo's companion. If I were to ever come into the unfortunate unfortunate reality that I would have to give my cats away. I would definitely try to find a home for the both of them together because they're just inseparable. They are always playing together. I feel like Boo would miss him. So I just wouldn't be able to give him away. Unlike Boo, Nugget is the complete opposite. He loves to sleep, and he just really likes to sleep and eat. He has this raspy little voice, and basically his story's kind of short too. We went to the shelter that's right across from a vet to give Lo her vaccinations and everything, because Lo is a street cat. But we went to go get Lo her vaccinations and everything, and we had the idea, why don't we just go to the shelter that's like right across the street? So that's what we did, and we were looking at the cats, and I was like, I want a cat. I want that orange little cat, because I saw him in like the little windows that they have, and I was like, I want that orange little cat, because he was the smallest. He's 9 weeks old, and he looked like the size of a 6-week-old cat. So I was like, I want this little baby. He's orange, and I want him. And eventually, they told us, hey, like, come back tomorrow. Like, sign out all the paperwork, he'll be yours. Just come back tomorrow to pick him up because he has to finish his medication. I was like, okay, deal. And we ended up picking him up. And he's a yapper. He does not, when he wants something, he won't shut up. And he's very attached to my dad at that. And my dad is very attached to him, too. He'll see my dad walking by with something in his hand, and he'll meow at him to see if it's something sweet. Nugget likes sweet things too, and I named him Nugget because when we went to go pick him up, and on our way back home, my dad bought me McDonald's, and I wanted chicken nugget, and we were looking at names for him, and Chicken Nugget just came to mind, and it was perfect. His full name is Chicken Nugget. His nickname, like, we could just call him by his second name, like real lions. But anyways, we call him by his second name, Nugget. But if he's in trouble, I call him Chicken Nugget. From the shelter, they informed us that Nugget was from the streets as well. And about that, he gets so scared every time he sees somebody, or like he hears a lot of noise or anything. You could pick something up right in front of him and he'll be scared. And we don't know if that's just his personality, or maybe he came from an abused home. We don't want to what's the word? We don't want to assume that he was abused, but it's kind of looking like he was abused in whatever home he was. But yeah, this is Nugget. Sometimes we call him Chile, blonde. Well, you know, he's a little orange cat. He loves to sleep. He loves cuddles and everything. So yeah, next I'll be talking about Lo. On to my cat, Lo. Now, I call her Lo or Lola. You'll hear me call her that in the video because my mom named her after something that isn't quite right here in English. It's not a good translation. So I'd rather not say her name. Just remember that, you know, not every word has the same meaning in every language. So just keep that in mind while I don't tell you her name. Anyways, Lo has a pretty similar story to Boo. My mom found her in a Walmart, except she wasn't in the parking lot. She was in a chip bag, not a chip bag, but a chip box, all the way in the dumpster, infested with infested with ants. And she was still very young, to the point where we had to feed her milk. And I basically raised her from when she had to drink milk and everything. And now she's pregnant. Yep, she's pregnant. Basically, I made the mistake of telling my boyfriend that I would help him with his friend's problem of where he has to, like, put his cats. He had 2 cats, and one of them was a boy, and, basically, he was here for a week, and then he was here for a week. My boyfriend took them back to his place because his dad went away for a trip. His dad came back, said the cats need to be gone. And I said I could keep them here for a day. And they were like, that's good. We only need a day to figure out where we're going to put the cats. And she got pregnant. One day. Out of that one day. And now she's a couple weeks along. We think that she's going to give birth either this week or next week. I'm kind of scared. I'm going to be a grandmama. Oh my God, I'm going to be grandma. I'm so not ready for this. She looks like she's ready to give birth because she's been looking her area. She's been grooming herself more. And she's super tired and been eating a lot more. Yeah. Every time I draw low, I have no idea what to do for her hair because her, like, fur is so unique. I don't know how to color it. Like, I don't know what shade it is. I don't know, like, I can't tell if it's brown, greenish brown, like, what? She's a tabby cat. I wanted to give her real soccer mom vibes, and I gave her short hair because she doesn't have very, like, long hair. Her hair isn't that soft, but ever since she did get pregnant, it's been a lot softer. Well, anyways, basically, Lo is very, very, what's the word? She's also pretty bratty, but she has more of a lightness to her, I would say. We think that she's the most animal-like. It does, if that makes sense. She walks like a little tiger, I would say. And yeah, everybody just loves Lo because she's super nice, except she doesn't want to be held. I'm petting her right now. She's super adorable. She's letting me pet her belly. But anyways, she's super nice and everything, but it's definitely she has to come to you kind of cat. And yeah, so the next cat I'll be talking about is Pepper, which I should probably be doing now because Pepper is a pretty long story. I'm going to be talking really fast because I don't have that much time with Pepper. But anyways, Pepper, I really wanted a cat. My boyfriend had 2 cats and we thought my mom was allergic to cats. And I was coming home every day with cat hair on me. And I was like, my mom isn't allergic to cats because she would be coughing and sneezing and having an attack if, she was allergic. So one day I was scrolling on Craigslist and I saw a listing for a cat and I was like, I want that cat. Let's look at, my boyfriend's like, come on, let's go look at that cat. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah, let's go look at the cat. And we went to go see the cat. She was $95, I think, apart. And I had to go get everything for her too because she was my first time cat. And I was so excited. I brought her home and my mom's like, how can you do this to me? Well, technically I brought her home and I set everything up at night. My parents were already asleep. And my mom woke up in the morning and I told my mom, don't be mad at me. And at this time she was like on the phone. So she wasn't really paying attention to me and my dad was in the bathroom and I told my mom, don't be mad at me. And I brought up Pepper and she's like, oh my God, how can you do this to me? And I was like, don't be mad. And she starts looking at the cat and she's like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And she starts like moving her around. I'm like, oh my God, she's so pretty. And I was like, yes, and she's cute. And my dad comes out and he starts looking at her and everything. He's petting her and he's like, okay, I guess we have a cat now. And yeah, Pepper was our first cat, and you'll see she'll have halo and wings. That's how I often draw her. She's not dead or anything. It's just that someone was working on the house and we didn't lock her up in my room, and he opened the door and she slipped out between his legs. So yeah, Pepper was a pretty feisty cat, I'm not gonna lie. I think that she wanted to be the only child, so getting Lo may have not been the right decision. And yeah, she had pretty soft but kind of long hair, similar to Lo. And Pepper had a white tip tail, so I kept a part of her hair white, as you can see. And yeah, I absolutely adored Pepper. I feel like Pepper was the closest to my personality at best. I miss her every day. Ooh, I'm getting emotional. As far as Nugget and Boo, I just like to tell them that Pepper is their sister, a way I call it.
I just finished the drawing. Do I like it? I like these 2 drawings. I like the direction I was going in with Boo Boo Boo. I don't really draw dudes, for one. So his was definitely a first time. I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it. So yeah. As far as liking this page, it's an okay page. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys come back for another, and I'll see you guys next week.